Now at 9, President Donald Trump signed a new peace deal. We have the details.
Next, a group on campus recently protested the defunding of the public broadcasting service. A look at what they had to say.
Then, one commonly used facility in the village is being sold. Find out the plans after its sale.
And one nonprofit is helping the community to prepare for winter. See what they are doing.
And I've got the details on a beautiful week of weather here in Muncie. NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Local news about local people, live from Ball State Unified Media. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Josh Gabbard.
And I'm Abby Urban.
A, quote, very important signing, end quote, is how President Donald Trump described the Gaza ceasefire deal he and Middle East regional leaders signed today. The moment came as part of a summit held in Egypt. As Trump signed the documents, he said the ceasefire agreement would hold up. The president thanked his staff and aides, as well as the countries represented at the summit. He said he thought it would be the toughest deal to accomplish. It is unclear exactly what was in the document the leaders signed earlier today. All 20 living Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza were freed.
It all began with a simple question. What does Bob Ross mean in a world that's forgotten to slow down, look closer, and imagine? Well, one man wanted to answer that question after the defunding of public media. Meet J.J. Weinberg, an artist who since June of 2025 has been protesting across the country after a bill was passed to stop federal funding for public media stations. The artist visited Ball State University campus on Saturday with the hopes of creating a, quote, big, beautiful Bob Mob, the second protest he has led. Weinberg believes that without that funding, Bob Ross's legacy is under attack. Ross filmed a majority of his television show, The Joy of Painting, right here in Muncie through the public media station, PBS.
If we lose imagination and we lose creativity, they say that authoritarianism is the result of a lack of imagination. It's a running out of ideas, right? And so that's what we're pushing back against. So sometimes this might seem goofy or it might seem trite, but this is our opportunity to kind of reach into different places.
On October 29th, Bob Ross's birthday, Weinberg is attempting a, quote, Million Bob March, end quote, in Washington, D.C. to get more voices to fight for public media.
You know, Abby, I just have to say, the weather this weekend was phenomenal.
It was amazing. It was not too hot, not too cold. I loved it. I was in the middle of the forest, and it was like 55 degrees, and it was incredible.
I was so jealous of your little weekend retreat that you
I know.
had.
It was great. We're going to take it over to our first look at weather with Noah.
Yeah, guys, we have great news. That good weather is going to stick around probably all week here. Taking a look outside right now, current temperature is 54 in Muncie, 65 in Indianapolis. Zooming it in here, we're going to show these temperatures really cooling down into the 50s overnight here. But as we look further into the week, that cool, that calm weather, that fall-like weather really going to continue throughout the week. Fall-like feel throughout the week. Drought going to persist, though, but rainy pattern change is on the way into the weekend and maybe some rain chances for homecoming. All that and more coming up in my full forecast later in the show.
Thank you, Noah. The Village Promenade parking garage will be sold soon to Cardinal Square LLC. NewsLink Indiana's Dylan Chestnut went to a redevelopment commission meeting to find out more.
The Muncie Redevelopment Commission met in special session to discuss the sale of the parking garage in the village, which is currently being used by the Village Promenade for the use of its tenants. The commission says that it will be sold to Cardinal Square LLC.
We have negotiated a price of $3,044,325.
Though the city has its own part of the deal too.
We will provide half of the maintenance on the parking garage. So we have agreed to continue to provide some support during the contract. That probably saves us about $20,000 a year currently.
However, no one from Cardinal Square was present at the meeting.
I'm not in favor of the nature of the sale, and I would have appreciated someone from Cardinal Square to be here today. Maybe they were allowed to be, maybe not, but it's not that I'm against it.
Dale was the only one to abstain from voting, while the rest of the council all voted in favor of the sale. In Muncie, Dylan Chestnut, NewsLink, Indiana.
The building will stay as a parking garage after the sale is completed. It will continue to help serve the Ball State and Muncie community.
There are a lot more people than usual on the John F. Kennedy Bridge of Character in Anderson. That's because volunteers were hanging donated coats free for anyone all across the Blue Walking Bridge. NewsLink Indiana's Daniel Huber introduced us to one nonprofit that got to work making their community feel a little warmer.
The Blue Bridge Project is hosted by Turn Away No Longer, Inc., a faith-based nonprofit focusing on improving the lives of children in foster care. Tracy Walters founded the organization 5 years ago. She says it's soul-changing to help those in need.
You know, we have a lot of generous community members, not just in our community, but throughout other communities as well, that want to get involved, but they don't know how. So I always say, if you never volunteer anywhere, come to hang a coat.
Walters says the biggest gaps in the foster system are coming from state cuts.
Man, it would be nice in a perfect world if our state would stop cutting foster care services and money to foster families, daycare, clothing allowances. Let them apply for food stamps for foster kids. Have at it!
Drinks, winter hats, and gloves are also given out. The project also served other people in need. One volunteer named Brian is all too familiar with the feeling.
I've been on the streets most of my life, more than anything, and up to 3 years ago, I had gotten clean and sober from drugs. A lot of people, what I've encountered, don't understand the homeless and the fact they just look at them and, you know, don't want to help them and things like that, but yet they need help, no matter what.
Brian says organizations like these are important for the community, and he plans to continue to volunteer and help.
I'm very blessed and happy to be a part of something like this today, and this ain't the last time that I'm going to be helping. I'm going to help out as much as I can.
It takes a village to help a child, and it may also help a city and a system. In Anderson, Daniel Huber, NewsLink Indiana.
There were over 600 coats donated. To learn more about Turn Away No Longer, Inc., visit www.tanl.org.
After the break, a Muncie woman is keeping her chin up during a difficult time. A look at how she found support.
And one Muncie family is keeping their spooky tradition alive. Find out how they are giving back to the community.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Julie was always a voracious reader. She carried 2 novels on an airplane because she'd read one on a 3-4 hour ride. And at some point, I began to notice that she would read a page and couldn't remember what she had just read, and she'd have to go back and read it again.
I don't remember much these days after I read, but less does for me, and I love it.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Welcome back. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, a disease affecting millions of lives. NewsLink Indiana's Amelia Winter met with a local who shared her story to inspire others to know that they are not alone.
I was 44 when I was diagnosed, and I felt like I was very active and lived normal lifestyle, so I wasn't expecting to be hit with that and then for it to already be stage 4.
A mother to two, a key figure in the Muncie community, and working on her family farm, Christina has always had an active lifestyle. 2 years ago, Christina says she found a lump and went to check it out this past year.
March 27th of this year, but I had had the lump for 2 years. So I recommend anyone with breast cancer that has dense breast tissue advocate for an MRI.
According to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, 1 in 8 women in the United States will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. Christina says being in control of your health is vital, but also having a community to connect with others.
14 women, and we are all walking different paths. Some were in recovery, some were in active treatment.
For some, October is a sea of pink ribbons, but for others, October is a mountain to climb. But for Casting for Recovery, it's faces and their stories.
I think the participants realize how much of an impact they have on us.
Nikki and Amy were past participants in a retreat. Now they are co-participant coordinators.
I knew after going to the retreat, I wanted to volunteer, and I got to go back the next year as a helper.
The retreat involves medical facilitators, art therapy, and other bonding activities. For Christina, it's more than just fishing. It's about the impact it had after.
CFR gave me some control over my emotions. But what it also gave me was strength to get back out there and be active that I didn't think I was going to be able to do.
And for Christina, she hopes to attend a metastatic retreat next year. In Muncie, Amelia Winter, NewsLink, Indiana.
In January, Casting for Recovery is hosting a fundraiser event at the Oakley Bistro in Indianapolis. To get involved or learn more, visit castingforrecovery.org.
Halloween is just a couple weeks away, and for one local Muncie family, they are carrying a community tradition. NewsLink Indiana's Ava Lenz has the story.
From a farm that has been a Southside staple for over 60 years to serving 1,000 bags of candy per Halloween season, the Rum family had one vision in mind when it came to their annual haunted house. For Sharon Rum, Halloween has been her favorite holiday, and living on a busy road with a lack of sidewalks took away the opportunity to get trick-or-treaters. So she decided to make a family-friendly haunted house to create a welcoming environment for children.
I like to teach the smaller children that you can have spooky fun without being scared to death, okay? So that when they go into the big ones, then they know it's all fake, nothing to it.
Over the years, the Rum family has had new themes for their haunted house. With the help of their volunteers, they have been able to bring back generations of families and to make their haunted house a haunted home.
It really is just a community experience that not many places have. Like, it's a family business kind of thing. It's their own personal farm. They do it out of the kindness of their heart.
The Rum family's dedication to their haunted house has brought many people traveling from far away to participate in the fun.
They buy the candy all themselves. Like, everything is them. And it really is just amazing to see people appreciate it and people come by and just have some Halloween fun.
The Rum family hopes to keep their spooky tradition alive in the upcoming Halloween seasons. In Muncie, Ava Lenz, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Rum family's Little Spooky Train will be open every Friday and Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m.
And we've got rain in the forecast. Will it impact your homecoming plans? Find out after the break.
After his wife passed, my neighbor Larry started drinking a lot. He was in distress and acting out. He had guns around, and I didn't want anything bad to happen. I pressed pause. Our local authorities filed a firearm restraining order to temporarily remove the guns. It gave Larry the time he needed to get help. It wasn't easy, but we got through it together. Learn more at illinois.gov/pause to heal.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Be right there.
Wait.
Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. So the weather has been incredible. Not too hot, not too cold. It's been awesome.
It's been perfect. It feels like fall. It's now our 4th day in a row with 70-degree temperatures. I don't know about you, Josh. I really enjoy this weather.
I love this weather because it helps my power bill because I have those windows wide open and keeping my house a lot cooler.
And I was in the woods this weekend, and it was like 55. It wasn't too sunny. It wasn't too hot. It was nice.
We've got lots of sunshine this week, but we're still going to have those really great temperatures, lots of 70s, but there are going to be some rain chances at the end of the week. I mean, if we take a look at our current temperatures right now, we're going to see those current temperatures are cooling down quite nicely after a beautiful Monday across east central Indiana. 54 in Muncie, 60 in Hartford City, 58 in Anderson at this hour. Those temperatures are going to continue to cool through the 50s. 50 the low tonight, mostly clear under those calm winds with not a lot of clouds in the sky, really going to keep us quite mild tonight. Tomorrow, a few degrees warmer, but it's still going to be beautiful out there. Sunshine throughout the day, 50 at the bus stop at the morning, 70 degrees at noon, then 78 as you head home at 5 o'clock. That north wind's going to build at about 5 miles an hour into the afternoon, but it's really not going to affect temperatures that much. Speaking of temperatures, it's really no surprise that it's been a pretty warm fall across east central Indiana. Through about halfway of fall right now, we've seen 26 days above average, 1 day at normal temperatures, and then 16 days below average. Add that all up right now, halfway through the fall season, we're about 2 degrees above average from what we normally see here in fall right now. Now, October is really one of those months where you start to feel the change from spring, or from summer, I should say, into fall here. 73 is our average high on October 1st. 60 degrees is our average high on October 31st. So while it still feels warm and it still feels like fall, we're actually still above average, 76 today. Now, I know we've been talking nearly the entire semester about drought, and this week is no different. It feels like a broken record saying this, but moderate to severe drought through most of east central Indiana. The biggest update we saw last Thursday was these exceptional pockets of drought along US 31 north of Kokomo and then between Indiana and Ohio, right around Allen County, Fort Wayne metro area, especially seeing those extreme pockets of drought. But the one caveat here is that we are about to see some relief from that rain, but not in time for some of those burn bans across most of Indiana. See them a lot more, especially part of western Indiana, north central Indiana. Here in our viewing area, we've got Madison and Jay counties as the 2 areas that have those burn bans. I really would not be shocked to see a couple more counties added, but like I mentioned, we're going to see that rain continue to loom in the forecast and maybe even cause some difficulties for those homecoming festivities. Like I mentioned, 6 to 10 day precip outlook above average over the Pacific Northwest, and finally here in the Midwest, Ohio Valley here across portions of Indiana especially. We need the rainfall pretty badly, but to have it arrive on homecoming, I might pack an umbrella for that homecoming forecast here. 5 o'clock on Saturday, we might make it through the parade in the morning, but by about halftime, headed into homecoming evening here, you're going to see that rain begin to move in, and it's really going to be with us throughout most of Saturday evening into Sunday morning, and then hopefully out of here by Sunday afternoon, and behind it, even more beautiful sunshine, fall-like weather as we head throughout the 7-day forecast. 77 on Tuesday, 70 on Wednesday, 69 on Thursday, 72 on Friday. Notice all the sunshine in that forecast, but then, like I mentioned, guys, that rain is looming for homecoming Saturday. Really hope it's going to hold off, but honestly, right now, especially as you get into the afternoon, if you're headed out late, maybe getting that homecoming dinner, seeing some friends and family coming up to Muncie, that's going to be the problem spot. Not expecting anything severe right now, but maybe a rumble of thunder or two is going to be a lot more than what we've had recently.
I mean, a little rain never hurt nobody.
It's not going to stop me.
I mean, it'll be a true cardinal bird bath, but it'll be fun. And it'll be at least nice now that we have that drought.
Hey, maybe we play better in rain. I don't know. We'll have to see on sports, you know.
100%. Well, thank you so much, Noah.
There's lots more to get to on NewsLink Indiana. Stephen Grata has a preview of sports.
Thanks, Josh and Abby. 2 Ball State athletes were named MAC Player of the Week, and an NCAA football program has parted ways with their head coach. All this and more next in sports.
Everyone has a ritual. That small thing we do to keep us focused.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game?
To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health.
Find the resources you need to keep your mental health a priority. Love your mind.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We can't play about our future or our finances. Make moves, set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up, stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things. This is pre-tirement.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff.
You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere.
Do you want to talk about it?
You can talk to me if you're feeling sad.
Whenever you need to talk, I'm here, okay?
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Stephen Grotto with sports. 2 Ball State women's athletes have been awarded MAC Weekly Honors. Sophomore Sophie Ledbetter was named MAC Defensive Player of the Week, while her teammate Carson Tyler was named MAC Offensive Player of the Week. Ledbetter boasted a 4.42 digs per set average last week, which led the Cardinals. Tyler was awarded MAC Offensive Player of the Week after she notched 57 kills and an average of 4.75 kills per set average last week. The Cards are currently undefeated in MAC play and look to continue this trend Thursday against Bowling Green. Kicking things to the pitch, Ball State Soccer dedicated a game to breast cancer awareness. NewsLink Indiana's Addison Yoder took to the pitch for more.
Ball State women's soccer team hosted their breast cancer awareness game this past weekend against the Akron Zips. For sophomore goalkeeper Kate Palante, this game was especially important to her as she has close relatives who have been affected by breast cancer.
My grandma, Jan Palante, she just got diagnosed with breast cancer, and being able to say like she's fighting these battles so I can go out on the field and think about that and just, play for her.
Players and fans were encouraged to wear pink to the game in support of those affected by cancer, and players on the field wore pink socks to show their support. Along with that, pink stress balls were handed out to fans before the game to help bring awareness. Anthony Archer, father of senior Kylie Archer, gave his thoughts on the importance of the event.
This can kind of let them know that, hey, it's important, it's there. Anytime that you talk more about something, you learn more about it. So I think it's important for everybody.
The Cardinals dominated the Zips with a 3-0 victory, something Palante is very proud of on such a meaningful day.
I'm super proud of everyone, from defense, midfield, final third, and we just saw this game, we're finishing the ball and scoring a lot on our opponents.
With this victory, the Cardinals are now 7-5-2 on the season. Their next matchup is against the Toledo Rockets at home on Thursday, October 16th at 4 p.m. In Muncie, Addison Yoder with NewsLink Indiana Sports.
Passing things to the gridiron, Penn State football has parted ways with their head coach, James Franklin. The firing comes after a third straight loss this Saturday. The Nittany Lions entered the season with high odds to win the national championship, but their record now stands at 3-3 on the season. Franklin served as coach for more than 11 years, earning a record of 104-45. He led the team to 7 major bowl games in his tenure, as well as one Big Ten championship. The university says Penn State Associate Head Coach Terry Smith will lead the team on an interim basis until the end of the season. It's really great that Ball State women's volleyball has undefeated in MAC play, and they're currently just killing it out there.
You know, and they got to take it to the man this weekend, playing Toledo and knocking out that last undefeated team.
Yeah, I'm excited. They're going to continue to do great. I know they are, but we're excited. We're always hopeful. Well, thank you so much, Stephen. Coming up after the break, Diana Perez has your campus coverage.
And we have one final look at weather.
My son, Ricky, took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe. Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back. My name is Diana Perez, and this is your campus coverage. Spectrum, a Ball State University student organization, hosted a new event called Queer Stock. It was a festival held at the Brown Family Amphitheater that featured performances, art vendors, and free food. Spectrum is an organization made up of LGBTQ+ students and allies who work towards drawing awareness to their organization by hosting bi-weekly meetings, events, and campus activities. The group strives to create healthy and inclusive spaces for students of all sexualities.
Events like Queer Stock give LGBT students a place where we can all be ourselves and connect with one another and just have a space to be free.
The event had free food for its attendees and gave students an opportunity to sell their art at vendors' booths, ranging from handcrafted pottery to custom earrings. The main entertainment of the night was student performances and the host of Queer Fest, Glinda B. Fierce. Glinda is a Muncie-based drag queen and LGBTQ+ advocate who is well known for her community outreach.
So events like this that are organically made by community in like smaller towns, I just love it so much because it's queer people deciding to be visible and then doing it.
On their website, the group's mission statement reads, Spectrum's goal is to provide an anonymous, healthy, and safe place for Ball State University students and surrounding communities who identify within the LGBTQ+ community. In Muncie, Diana Perez, NewsLink, Indiana. To stay in touch with Spectrum's future events, you can follow their Instagram at BSU Spectrum.
Well, that just looked like such a fun event, Diana.
It was.
I hope you had a great time.
I had a great time.
Well, thank you so much. Let's see what Noah has for us in our final weather.
Yeah, guys, lots of beautiful weather to get out and enjoy these festivals, enjoy homecoming, and perfect timing for those fall colors here in mid-October to really pop. And what better way to end it with some sunshine here. 70 degrees and sunny on Wednesday, 69 on Thursday, 72 on Friday. Rain chances on homecoming, the one blemish in this forecast as that cold front comes through late afternoon. Maybe we can get the parade in without any rain, but as we head into the game, maybe you want to bring that poncho umbrella, like you mentioned earlier, Abby. Going to be a real-life bird bath probably happening second half. So
definitely okay with the rain, though. I'm not too worried about it. We're in a drought, so it'll definitely help.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Noah.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page, YouTube channel, and WCRD 91.3.
And for news anytime, anywhere, just go to cardinalmediabsu.com. Have a great night and stay safe.